Many of you know that I was, in effect, incarcerated overnight for 8 months and had a whole range of other penalties for the crime of giving $20,000 of my own money over the limit to a college friend of mine who was running for the Senate in New York. This was my campaign finance violation, and the judge, a sort of ridiculous figure named Judge Berman, a Clinton appointee, goes, "This man poses a danger to the democratic process itself." Now, imagine my dismay when I read about these liberal billionaires, from George Soros to Bloomberg to now Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, donating $100 million there, $500 million here, to do what? To influence the election outcome. Now, the election laws are supposedly there to prevent the contamination of politics with giant amounts of money. So if I serve 8 months for 20 grand, how many years should Bloomberg serve? How much time in prison should Zuckerberg get? Now, of course, the counter-argument, which I'm sure is coming, is, wait a minute, Dinesh, you violated the campaign finance law. They didn't. They found a way to give the money legally. First of all, even if that's true, what does that say about the campaign finance law? It's doing nothing to prevent the really big infusions of cash that, in a sense, buy elections, while they intercept people like me who are motivated by nothing other than a desire to help a longtime college friend. So the laws itself would be discredited if that were true. But let's say it is true. The point to make about Zuckerberg is that Zuckerberg gave this money in a very sneaky way. He set up his own nonprofit, a sort of tech education nonprofit. He put the $500 million into that, and that $500 million bought a lot of very interesting stuff. Here's a report from the Amistad Project saying what Mark Zuckerberg paid for.
And as I mentioned, Zuckerberg paid for the election judges. He purchased the drop boxes contrary to state law. He ordered the consolidation of the counting facilities. Zuckerberg paid the local officials who boarded up the windows to the counting room. Zuckerberg money purchased the machines, Dominion and otherwise. And Zuckerberg money was contributed to secretaries of state like Michigan's Jocelyn Benson, who has fought transparency in this election by refusing to release computer logs and trying to bury forensic reports relating to those logs.
Now, the point here is that Zuckerberg is directly influencing the election process. And not only is he doing that, he's doing it in a discriminatory way. He's doing it in a manner to benefit Democratic voters and Democratic districts to the disadvantage of Republican voters and Republican districts. In other words, he's in flagrant violation of equal protection of the laws. He's also in flagrant violation with what a nonprofit is supposed to do. Nonprofits get tax protection, in return for which they agree not to lobby for this or that particular party or candidate. So on this basis, I'm looking forward to the prosecution of Mark Zuckerberg.